Good day. I am me. Hopefully you are you. If not, you will be. Today, I'm going to help you with a little bit of info on what everybody's, well, not everybody, most people are chasing on a daily basis, weekly basis. Oh, hummingbird, cool. Yeah, so, and that would be what you call money. It's actually called currency for a reason. But like the system, world system, likes to say we'll use the pinpoint part of give Caesar what is Caesar's. I don't know if you can see the hummingbird right there in the flower. But yeah, so but yeah, wildlife becomes extremely close to me, to where I can even touch them at times. Not like some of the videos you see where they need help. Even though I have had some birds come to me where their legs were tangled together with string or whatever, and you know. But they'll just come extremely close to me because of being the anointing that I have and being marked by the God of the Most High. But anyway, back on topic, the world system likes to use the pinpoint one scripture about, we'll give Caesar what is Caesar's. Well, here's the truth about what is Caesar's. Caesar's dead, so everything that belongs to Caesar is with Caesar, and everything that belongs here is still here. So I mean, really let that sink in. So that doesn't belong to Caesar just because he put his face on it. Doesn't make it his. Just like if you used to put your face on a coin or a bill or whatever, it doesn't make it yours. Yeah, so, but here's some things for the working people, the slaves. A little bit about IRS. IRS is a voluntary system. The IRS is also not a part of the government. The IRS also doesn't have a legal authority jurisdiction over you. But because you don't know the law enough to, not just with the IRS, but even in, other court systems, because the IRS is not a living entity. But anyway, but since you like to work and like being a good slave, here's you some things you can do to help you keep some of the money that you work so hard for and pour all your energy and time that you trade for, that you say that's what it's all worth, whatever your job is that you're making, because that's what you told the system when you took the job, that this is what my time is worth and my energy, and this is what you are to pay me. So that's how they see you from that point on. It doesn't matter what job you go to from then on. That's what the reference is. That's why they always want to know where else you worked and all that other stuff, and how much you got paid, and so they know what you're already telling them what you're worth. That's exactly what how all that goes. All right, but here's just some things that you can do. When you start your job, you fill out a W-2 form, meaning how many dependents you're claiming and all that good happy stuff. But did you know that you can get a W-4 form and you can fill it out? I'm not going to tell you how to fill it out because you're going to do some of your own research. You say you want this stuff. Well, I'm going to point you in the right directions on some of it, and then the footwork and all the researching part. I've already done it. You're going to have to do it for yourself, because if I just like the whole, if you feed a man, you'll have to feed him the rest of his life. If you teach him to fish, then he can feed himself. That's exactly what that means. So I'm teaching you how to fish, but not showing you how to exactly do it all. So you're gonna have to learn some of it on your own. But you can get a W-4 form and you can fill it out. As long as you fill it out properly, that's the key part there. You have to fill it out properly. You can make yourself 100% completely federal exempt from being federal taxed out of your pay for as long as you work for whoever you're working for. You look it up, look into it. The IRS ain't going to tell you this either. They're not going to tell you none of this stuff because they don't want you to know it. So this is the part of, you got to do your own due diligence and research things for yourself, and because you're only going to find whatever you seek, whatever you desire. That's what you're going to get. Just because you desire money, but you got to learn all the aspects of it in order to obtain it to the level that you want to achieve, that you want to have in your bank account or in your pocket or whatever. But anyway, so you can fill out a W-4 form and make yourself 100% complete exempt from federal tax out of your pay. That's one thing. Another thing you can do is, it's already in front of your face, but most of you overlook it, that all these big, huge, what you call the 1%, the elite, the extremely wealthy, even though wealth doesn't just mean money or currency. They all have their own nonprofit organization that is their own. And you can start your own. And you can pay yourself 60% of your paycheck, of your total pay that you make every year, to your own nonprofit organization, and makes it completely tax-free across the board, all of it. Then you only pay taxes on the other 40% of money that you make. But before you do this, there are some other little details, so you need to do some research into the nonprofit organization and everything. I'm not going to tell you all of it, so if you really want to learn how to keep more of the money that you work so hard to get, this is another way. Start your own nonprofit organization, pay your paycheck, 60% of your total income out of a year to it, and it'll make it totally tax-free for that 60%. Then you only have to claim the other 40% and pay taxes on. There's another, you don't have to wait a whole year in order to file taxes either. As an individual, and do you think your employer's waiting and only doing it once a year, every year? No, you can file taxes a lot sooner than that. So the once a year thing is you're doing an annual. That's what that means. You're once a year. That's an annual tax claim. You can do it quarterly, which is every 3 months. But you can even do it as often as every 21 days. So do you think whoever you're working for or whatever business is waiting to file taxes once a year on all the money that they're making? And no. That would be a bonehead move on their part, because they need to keep the cash flow, which is why it's called currency, flowing in their business. So they're filing probably, some of them do it quarterly, but some of them are doing it, once a month, but you can file as soon as every 21 days. Now, also, another thing is you can actually write off more than what that you're able to. So if you work somewhere, you can write off your lunch. You know that? Whether you go somewhere to eat or you buy it at the grocery store and you pack your lunch, you can write that off on your taxes because it's for your work. Your gas to go to and from work, you can write that off. Not the rest of it, just to and from. Or you can write off the mileage to and from work because it's for your employment. That's part of being under a what they call a commercial corporate, which is why you get your license and get a tag on your car and all that, because that's what that's for. That's saying you're not a private, that you're a can't think of the right word that I'm trying to say, but these are all things that you can do just to help save some of the money that you're already trading your energy and your time for, which really you cheated yourself so bad when you took whatever job you did. I don't care what job it is. If you're working for somebody else, you're making them rich. So you either learn, so you either work hard and make somebody else rich and live off peanuts, or you learn how to make yourself rich. And so but it's your choice. So, and I don't, any reason or excuse that you have is just that, an excuse for why you're not doing the same thing of any other business owner or any other multi-millionaire, billionaire. They just chose to hire people to do the work for them and reap all the benefits. That's basically, in a sense, in a nutshell, that's what they did. So you can do the same thing. Everybody can. It's just a matter of doing your own research and learning how to do it, and then taking action, because that's what it's about. You got to take the action. That's where most people won't do, or they start, and then because it doesn't happen as fast as they want it to, they just go back to what they were doing before. So, but you got to think, do you think they started whatever business and it just, I'm not saying that there wasn't some that took right off and went straight to the top, because I'm sure there is the occasional one that got it all right and it happened just the right way, right time, right people, right opportunities, right business deals, because all that it can happen. But yeah, so these are just some of the things. So I mean, money is called currency. So an analogy for you is current sea. So there is a current in the sea, and it flows to rivers, and the rivers have what? Banks. Now you take your money and you put it in a bank because you think a bank is storing money. No, a bank does not hold your money. A bank wants your money, but they're not holding on to it. All they're doing is redirecting the flow, just like a river does. The banks just direct the flow of money so that it is generating more cash flow. And this is what they're doing. So every dollar that you go put in a bank, in your savings account, checking account, whatever, I'll get more into a banking system because there's a lot more accounts than just those two, but that's all they really tell you about when you go open one. But we'll do that in another video. But so all they do is take your dollar and they loan it out 10 times. So that means they made $10 off of your $1 for every dollar. And then also they do a thing that's well, I'll do that in the bank video. But anyway, that's what they're doing with your money. If you take your paycheck and you go put it in your bank account, because they don't hold on to money. They're not into holding money. They're into cash flow. They're into securities. That's exactly what the bank does. Just like a bank on a river, it directs the current sea to flow so that it has maximum generation of growth. And then most people that work and learn, that you were told to put your money in the bank and save it. So you're doing basically what a beaver does to a current flow, a current sea, the flowing of water. You're building a dam. You're trying to catch all the money that you can So you're working against the current. And then once the dam is completed, the current no longer flows. And when the water no longer flows, what happens to it? It becomes stagnant, meaning it's no longer moving, it's no longer growing, it's no longer generating, currency, because you stop the flow of it. And this is why the banks want you to save your money, so they can make all the money off of your money that you traded your time and energy for well under whatever your value is. I don't care who you are. You're undervalued when you did that, but you did it to yourself, so you can't blame nobody else. I'm just explaining to you the way it works, but yeah, so he let me share a video today instead of it just being about him, because I know everybody wants to just know how money works. But there's some little nuggets for you. But there's many ways that you can make money work for you. But yeah, since you want to be a slave and make other people rich and be a good worker. I'm not saying to not work and not whatever, but watch some of my other videos and start researching, learning things for yourself. Quit taking everything for granted. But yeah, so there's just some things about some of the money system with the IRS, a little bit about banking, and a little bit about money. So yeah, you're either going to work for money or you learn how to make money work for you. That's basically how that works. So, and it's you either work and make somebody else rich, or you figure it out and you hire other people and they make you rich. That's exactly how it works. That's why they own the business and you're the slave, and it's just the way it goes. So the truth is the truth. Take it or leave it. Choices are all yours. Decisions are yours. I can't make you choose to do nothing. So but yeah, just some things to think about. So hope you're having a beautiful, glorious day, because it's another gorgeous, wonderful day here. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if you can hear the birds are chirping and everything, so you're getting all the signs and confirmations, But yeah, a coincidence is a synchronicity. Synchronicity is a confirmation. A confirmation is a deja vu. A deja vu is a remembrance that that you're finally, and a remembrance means that you're awakening. Awakening means that you're ascending, because you are being illuminated to the truth. So yeah, this is the way that things are really operating, that they kept secret for so long, that people like myself and other people like me have learned the truth about all these things, and we're just sharing with people. And only those who have eyes will see, and only those who have ears will hear. Everybody else will disregard and keep going about their business the way they've been doing their whole life, and just yeah. So, and anyway, have a blessed day. So peace, love, and light. Shalom.